All right, maybe after this fight we can get back to some black unity, but we got to see how this one goes down. I got Brother Voodoo going up against Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, two Marvel characters that are very different. Now, Brother Voodoo is all about voodoo magic, obviously. He's able to command spirits, raise the dead, manipulate mystical forces. He can summon the Loa for power boost, possession, and enhanced attributes. He possesses telepathy, pyrokinesis, and mind control, and is immune to most magical attacks and resistant to psychic attacks. Now, he does bring some gear along with him. He's got a staff, he's got some protective wards, and he's got years of training. Now, his X factor is that he's got a dual consciousness, that his brother spirit gives him an unpredictability edge. Right, going to Cloak, who's a very powerful being. This is Darkforce Mastery, one of my favorite abilities in comic books, period. So he can create and control a void of darkness that absorbs matter, energy, and even life force. He can become intangible, and he can teleport, which is something I really like about this character, because he can bridge the gap between distances. He can induce fear and despair and absorb his victims through his cloak. So he can really influence you psychologically. His cloak, of course, is his signature garment that acts as a weapon and a defense, capable of swallowing anything into the Darkforce Dimension. He's got limited training, but man, this power is just absolute because it's Dark Force. So as this fight gets down, look, Brother Voodoo is physically hands. So in terms of like strength, overall, they're going to be about the same. This isn't going to be a big factor in this fight. Durability, I'm going to say the same thing. Like I give the edge to Cloak because of his, ability to get intangible, so things can pass through him. That's also not going to be a huge factor, but that could be that could be significant there. I am going to have to say that. In terms of speed, Cloak is a little bit better getting around because of his teleportation and vulnerability. But in terms of battle skills, like combat skills, Brother Voodoo is a seasoned mystical tactician. He's got all kinds of knowledge and mystical warfare. And it really comes down to the Loa versus the Dark Force. This is why I want to line these two up. Like, which is actually going to be more powerful? So once these guys really get into this clash, like obviously we know what's going to go down. Cloak is going to try to absorb him. He's going to try and scare him. None of which is going to work on Brother Voodoo. Now overall, just given his strength and his skill set, I'm going to say if you run this thing 10 times, 7 out of those 10 times Brother Voodoo is going to win. Cloak may score a victory if he can quickly overwhelm him with Dark Force or catch him before he can summon his real defenses. But he has to strike quickly, so I'm giving him a 30% chance of coming out of this battle alive. But the majority of this, man, I got to go with Brother Voodoo, who's just a more powerful being. Both commanding some powerful forces, but I'm just a little more vibing with Brother Voodoo, his skill, his discipline, and the experience that he has on a cosmic level. Give me your thoughts on having these two brothers go right at it and get vicious right from the start.